Keeping wheel and welcome aboard. Well, we're back at the beach again. I love fishing on the beach. It's so relaxing and peaceful. Now, if you haven't watched my channel before, some of the rigs that I'm using are a wee bit different for fishing on the beach. So without further ado, I'll take you on a boat to let you see what I'm using today. Now, if you've seen my videos before, you'll have seen this thing working. I've been experimenting with these what I call fluke dowsers. I've named them the fluke dowser. So I mark them up in the shade with a bit of stainless steel wire and bend it at the top into a wee hook so that you can rig it onto the leader. And it's in between power beads and a couple of crimps. And we've got size, I think it's 1/0 hooks and a wee bit of mackerel. And I've rigged it with fingernails again. I think they do have a wheel at fingernails. They're fine and shiny for the flatties. Now I'm using mackerel as usual. I like using mackerel. I think it does have a wheel. It's a fine oily fish. And I seem to do okay with it. And this is fresh mackerel that we caught it the other day on a boat. And what I did was I chopped it up into wee bitties like this. And this morning I salted them, I put some salt on them. And what it does, it firms up the skin of the mackerel, so it stands a wee bit better for hooking on. It lasts a bit longer. Now, I'm not using bait elastic. I've just hooked this through twice, as you can see, and it's armed in. So I have used this one before, and it's working well. I would like to fall every hook if I could, but we've yet to see it. Now, I made an etherine the other day, and this is the etherine. I hope you see it in the camera, because I'm looking in the camera and I can hardly see it. Mind you, I haven't got my glasses on. But same idea, but this one's a bit wider wires. And as you can see, they can turn round, they can funnel round like that, so they don't tangle when you're casting them out. Now in this one, I've actually drilled a hole through the weight and added an extra hook coming for there as well. And I put a wee squid on and another bit of mackerel for bait, the belly of the mackerel, so it's fine and shiny, you know. Right, well, I want to get this casted out and then I'll start rigging my third line. As you can see, it's finally a bonny morning. It's about 7:30 just now, so low water slack is round about now. It is bitty. But I like to fish the low water and the flood tide coming in, because that's when I do best for fishing for the flukes on a sandy beach. Anyway, we'll get this casted out. next rig is a 4-hook clip down rig, and that's size 1 hooks as well. I'll let you see. That's it clipped onto the cascade swivel there, so it keeps your bait heel when you're casting out and you get a better cast. So I've got beads on this end, there's no fingernails in this end, and I've got my mackerel for bait again, and we've got a wee impact clip down the bottom for the first hook. And I've got a 4-prong weight here, so this ain't takes a hood. I was using 6 prongs the last day I was fishing, and they held off a wheel, but it was a job getting them out. Anyway, that's ready to cast. Oh, and I've got a bit of logworm here. Somebody left some logworm in the boat the last day it was out, so I took it home and froze it. I put some salt on it, salt, and I froze it. So I'll give it a go again, you know, see what you know. I think it had already been frozen before we took it on the boat. Sure, maybe that'll catch better. I mean, I'm not using mackerel just so we can bloody mackerel off the boat. Anyway, let's cast it in. So a wee bit of movement. Not Southmust Road. Pretty much a biker fish. No. My third road. The line wasn't long enough. So what I've done is I've stuck a boat into the sun. I didn't just know. Sometimes you just got to leave what you've got to do. I was going to let you see fit why I've picked this spot here. You can see it here. There's not so much brag and motion, so there's a deep channel just out here. So there's a set of rocks here, hard granite comes out, and then it's soft granite this side out. And there seems to be a deep channel comes in, as you can see the waves are not broken. And then you'll see a sand bump. Here. That's that sandbank. Hope you see it in the camera. And that is right there. Just in the inside of the sandbank, there's deeper water again. So that's why I picked this spot. It's a wee bit deeper, but I'm looking at the edge of the water. I'm seeing a lot of weed. Hope you see it in the camera, there's a lot of weed in the water. And you see that patch over here, That's all weed and all. So I can see my hand problems in here with weed. But I mean, you can only try. Give it a go and see if it like. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case, but I can see me catching a lot of weed here. I think it's weed. It's organized lines here. At first thing I showed still seems to be jumping on me. I think it's waves or weed. There's a lot of weed tumbling in the shore. Yeah, good. There's 4 lines here. Seem to have crossed over, look. There's a fair something tide today, and if you haven't got a gripper leads on, the tide and the waves over in a boat. And I think it's crossed that 2 lines over. The flock dogs are right. For a start, and then I can bracket do it, just wind them in slow. Here comes the wind. I'll haul that in on the way. I'm picking up weed. So the beat's not touched, so I'll cast it back out again, and I'll stick a gripper lead on this time. Oh man, check the clouds on the back. Big black clouds. What an idea. Now it's northerly winds, so it's all coming this way. I don't give you notice on the camera, but the wind's picking up and all. And it'll be because of that rain. And you can actually see the rain falling down. That lad's nipping home. Maybe trying to get off the rain. shot the dark clouds taking the rain over, causing a squall. Forecasts are never right. Never get it right. Till you fit, it's a cold wind. Well, you can't fit the sea. Then it cost a kloot till May weer. En it's a true sea. Very true sea. I often see a lot of those things on the beach when I'm walking the dog. It's a bit like on tumbleweed that you see one of the spaghetti westerns blowing across the plains. They just seem to roll me in the sun and pick up all the wee bits and pieces. But then again, if it starts with a wee bit of fishing line, maybe an old bit of discarded fishing line. See, look at here. This mine, a baby just starting off in his life. Would make er echt vet maar if you get bored of fishing. I think that rain is going to hit me this time. I can feel it. I didn't see any bites. I think it's seaweed, you know, in the line and the waves hitting. finally, hey, a flounder. It's a bonny fish, huh? Now, he swallowed the hook. That fish has swallowed the hook. So, I'm just going to let you see how I took a hook out with my handmade disgorger. Hoping you see us on the camera. You put your disgorger in through this side, but make sure the gills are down and you're nagging through the gills. Make sure your disgorger are at the upper side of the gills and you're clear of the gills. So you push it through like that. Through its move. Just a 2/3 inch for your line through the end of the disgorger. Pull it back through and then take off the disgorger. Then pull the hook so that the shank of the hook is sticking out this way, and then put your disgorger back through and take a hold of the hook, hold the line like this and just get a wiggle, and as you can see, hopefully on the camera, the hook just pulls out and the fish is fine. No damage on the fish. So I hope you see that procedure on the camera, because it's really simple to do if you take your time. You make sure you don't touch the gills themselves. Most of the time the hook will come out without any damage to the fish. Well, anyway, I'm really fair chuffed because I wasn't sure if I was going to get anything today, but bonny flounder again. What a freshie we got him. Beautiful fish, no damage to him, so we'll get him back. Furry belongs to swim and fight another day. Caught. Great stuff. Yes! It actually feels a wee bit warmer now. I don't know if it's excitement getting a fish, or actually I think the rain has cleared. Oh, that cold wind and that was coming with the rain. I see it's a water is south now, so hopefully it's not going to come back. But again, in my luck it probably will. But anyway, fair chuffed. Got my first fish today. If I get any more, it's a bonus. Actually, that was a bonus, really. It's the fishing, the whole idea of fishing is getting out. Fuck. Heel beached my sail again. Dog walkers is gone. And oh, this fresh air. You can't beat it. Can't beat it. Peaceful. Tranquility. And for me, that's what it's all about. You get a fish, it's a bonus. A wee bit of excitement. But I could sit here all day and all nest. No bother. Right, we'll get that in baited up again and show that out again. Now what was catched with the Cascade rig I think it's size 1 of hooks. En er zijn er 2 beads aan de lijn. Just to let you see, my handmade disgorger. I made it out of an old bale arm, the real bale arm. So it's stainless steel. I have a heap of old reels in the shed. And when the bale arms broke, I keep them. And as you can see, it's a bit off the other side of the bale. And I make disgorgers out of them. There's a handy wee hole here for putting a keyring on. That's my wee logo. But anyway, if you're going to make one of them, you can make it yourself. And the end, you'll see the way I've twisted it. I just twisted it down like that in a wee loop. So that if you ever need to push a hook, you can put that on a hook and push it. But in this instance, we just needed to pull the line through for the gills are, but not touching the gills. Once you pull the hook through the opposite direction, you can put it back in through the mold and then hook it onto the hook. Just get a wee wiggle and it comes out in your butter. So that you can let the fish away without leaving a hook in it. A rare tool like. I always take one of them to the beach with you. Because a lot of the time the flukes will swallow the hooks. Especially Aberdeen hooks. Mine seems to be jumping about a bit. I don't know if it's jumping about because of the motion. I'm just due to haul that, you know, anyway, so hopefully it's a fish. Another flounder. Just a smarty this time, but I'm pleased to see it. We'll get him back quick. He swallowed the hook again, I seen, but the scourger takes it out near butter, and as you can see, there's no damage to him. We'll get him back. What a weed catch on the line, as you can see here. There you go, Paul. Yes! There's a lot of weed. I didn't even care I had that fish on. I mean, it was jumping about, but I think it was the waves and the weed making it jump about like that. And as I wound it down, I didn't even kind of have the fish on. There was clumps of weed, as you can see. So that seems to be the order of the day. Loads of weed, but 2 fish, so I'm fair trick it. The dogs are out in force again. Shoals and shoals of dogs. And they're all enjoying themselves. Now, a lot of this weed gets catched on the... I've got a shock leader on this. And the weed starts building up on a knot if there's a lot of weed getting about. So you have to watch for it. Right. Now that was on the fluke dowser to catch that fish. That clawfish was catched on the mackerel. So I'm a great believer in the mackerel. We strip is a mackerel. If you salt them, it firms the skin, so you just need to hook them through twice, and you don't need to put bait elastic on. See that middle line? Bending like doing. I don't know if it's a fish or I think it's more than likely weed. But we'll halt up in Hilky. I'm just getting plagued with seaweed now. Paste. I didn't notice, but because there was not much weed, one of the wires was snapped off. My foot goes up. Not much weed. You really have to be careful. The clumps of weed is on your line, and if you tug too much, the line will snap. As you can see, it's weed it's doing it. It's not fish it's pulling it, it's weed. There's the weeds washing up on the shore. Not much weed, it's snapped my line. Well, as you can see, what a mess. But the good news is I got all my lines back. I just hit to keep it tension, and as the waves was coming in, they were lifting the seaweed in. So it's just a case I'll get all this line out of the weed. I'm sure I've got all my line and hook, so I'm not leaving the line on the shore. What a mess. I better haul that other line in, just in case that's going to be the same. Well, I managed to get my gear back out of all that clumps and clumps of seaweed. So, and I got all the line back and all, so I'm not leaving the line lying on the beach. So now I'm going to want to pack up this gear. I'll put the bait off of this hooks. We had 2 roads of water. I think there's a clear up there. Off I got down the line and I'd back and the hook suited this. Now a wee tip, if you get clumps of seaweed like that, be really careful taking the seaweed off. You'll grab a clump of seaweed, one of your hooks might get into your hand. Luckily I was careful and that didn't happen to me just now. But hey, the sun's out now, it's actually got warmer. So, got 2 fish so far, so I'm still happy. Good and fresh here. I've got the beach to myself again. The old blackers just disappeared again. But in 5 minutes they'll reappear, no doubt. Yeah, they're all enjoying themselves. The beach is for our weekend. And I take my dog to this beach every second day, sometimes every day. She loves this beach, fine open space for her to run it. Roads that I'm using, the beach coasters, they're not expensive roads. I can't afford this expensive roads like everybody else uses, not a professional anglers. So I just buy what I can afford. And I get just as much fun as somebody else. And I catch a fish, do it again, sometimes. This inch here, they are a stiffy beach caster for WSB tackle, and it's 14 feet of 2 of them, and I'm just using this WSB tackle again. Cheap reels, and they've more than enough line on them to cast out, and you've still plenty line left. They're got a stiffy 170. It's not me that names them, but they work out fine for me. They're just cheap roads, cheap reels. And I get great fun with that. And as for my tripod, my wife bought this tripod to me. I think it was out of Aldi's. Just a cheap tripod. Aluminium. It's fine and light. A very flimsy. But hey, should I work a Huawei, and it does me fine. You don't need expensive gear. Anyway, I'm just going to fish a Huawei this one road just now, because of that seaweed. if you're working 3 roads and you're getting another clumps of seaweed, you can't keep up with it. So I'll just pick away with the one road. It's a really bonny day, and I don't want to waste it. I'll bite a wee file yet, because I'm enjoying myself. And I hope you are enjoying yourselves and Now, I want to thank everybody that subscribed to my channel. The last video I put out, the one that I was out in the boat, that got a lot of new subscribers. I really can't thank you all enough for subscribing to the channel. I've gotten over the 3,000 mark now, and I bought myself a wee drum the other night for a celebration. So thank you very much for that. And anybody that isn't subscribed to the channel, if they're watching this video just now, and they like it, if you like it, if you can push that subscribe button, it's a big help to the channel, and they help us grow every day. And give us a thumbs up if you want, and leave a comment if you like. I also want to give a shout out to another fishing channel that I've been following. He's a Geordie angler. His channel's called Northeast Angling. So if you like fishing videos and that, check out his channel. He's a really nice lad. And he makes similar videos to me, but a lot better quality. But anyway, this channel is Northeast Angling, and he's a Geordie, but don't know how that against him. I kind of hard to understand, but I'm just joking. But get and check out his channel and give him a thumbs up and subscribe. Makes off a similar stuff to myself, draft fishing stuff. Also, I would like to give a shout out to a good friend of mine, Phil, for Another Angle UK. You check out his channel and he actually had an accident a few months back while fishing. He dislocated his shoulder, and he's still recovering from that. He's actually had an operation on it. Get and check out his channel and Phil for Another Angle UK. And he does a lot of different types of fishing. Freshwater fishing as well as saltwater, and he's also got his own wee boat. Well, there's nothing on it. The bait's not even touched. As you can see, the bait's not touched. Well, I'm happy enough with it for the day. Thanks very much, RD, for watching. So take care, and I'll catch you after.